And we are back. Allison Rodriguez at the plate, a 2-ball, no strike count to her, and pops that one high in the sky, and it goes out of play. William Haynes alongside Kylie Brennan. Maybe you heard some of our discussion at the top of the broadcast. We had some issues with the sound. We took the video down, but hopefully we should be good on tcceagles.com. Hopefully we're back on YouTube as well, so we apologize and welcome you back into the softball complex. So you did miss it, I believe, Cheche Ortiz to lead off this inning, a home run. So twice now the Eagles have led off an inning with the home run, both solo shots, and now they lead 2-1. And that one is popped up. The left fielder, Cohen, goes back, and she can't make the play. I think she might have lost it in the sun. Rodriguez going down to second, and then she's in standing for a 2-out double. And you hear the A-Rod chants from the Eagle dugout. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter Tristan Knowles with a chance with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs.
And William, this is already a better showing than we saw at the Courtney Miller Invitational.
That's right, yeah, shut out over the course of 7 innings, and now already 2 runs on the board, a chance to add on another. Tristan Knowles hitting 190 on the year. First one to Knowles is swung on and missed for strike 1. That one outside and not able to be called a strike. The starter on the mound for the Patriots today, Savannah Barnett, came into the game with an ERA at 178 and already given up a couple of runs. That one missing high. Knowles back into second. So a chance for the bottom of the order here to do some damage. A home run from Aneshka Aponte, and what a season she's having in the leadoff spot, and a home run for the shortstop, Cheche Ortiz. That one is called a strike. And that breaking ball is tapped foul. So good job by Knowles there, slowing the bat down even with 2 strikes to at least knock that breaking ball foul. Gets another one there and brings it back to the screen in front of us. So it'll stay where it is, 2-2. Lengthy at bat between Barnett and Knowles, who will come out on top. That one just inside. And now Barnett has gone as far as she can to Knowles. It's full at 3-2. Big chance here for TCC as that one fouled back. So on a full count, Barnett dropped the breaking ball again. Knowles has done a good job of just tapping those back to stay alive. That one missing low, ball 4, and Knowles wins the battle. Gets on base via the walk and passes the baton along to Anishka Aponte as the lineup turns back over to the top. She is 1 for 1 with a solo shot. Went behind the trees out and left, just beyond the scoreboard. Had 3 stolen bases. The last doubleheader that was here. So really valuable asset at the top of the order. Not only is she a great center fielder defensively, but gets on base a ton, can steal bases, and we've seen some power from her so far today. That one is shot foul down the left side, and quickly she's in an 0-2 hole. This one fouled straight back. Savannah Barnett, not to jinx anything, I know we've had a problem with that this year, but still looking for her first strikeout of the afternoon. My point being is she has not missed a whole ton of bats, a lot of foul balls when you get into these 2-strike counts. And I did it there as Anishka Ponte is out on strikes, and that ends the inning and leaves a threat. Eagles get a couple of runners on base at the bottom of the order, but Aponte leaves them there. But thanks to the home run from Ortiz, the Eagles lead 2-1. And we welcome you back to the softball complex here at TCC. Doubleheader between Central Florida and your Eagles. TCC leading 2-1 after 2. Patriots back at the top of the order as Gianna Guerriero sends one foul out of play along the left side. She led this game off with a single. Great defensive play by Emma Patry in the previous inning. We've seen all kinds of running, diving, sliding catches out and left by her. 0-1 to Guerriero, and that one is just knocked along foul down the right side. Guerriero, Cohen, Adams, all seeing Kaylin James a second time here in the third. That one missing high. And gets a strike 3 there, so eventually does get Guerriero to chase the breaking ball, and there's out number 1. That one inside to Maya Cohen. Missing again, and now 2 balls, no strikes. That one fouled out of play. And puts that one in the air and into the glove of Emma Patry, who's out and left. Makes the play for out number 2.
A much easier catch for Patry there.
Absolutely, and a couple of quick outs here for Kaylin James here in the third. At the top of the order, no less, and now it's Alyssa Adams, the DP, who knocked an RBI double off of James her last time around. And the Eagles side of the third, it will be Brooke Michael, Brittany Michael, and Raven Little, as they'll look to add on to what hopefully will be a 2-1 lead. Here's James on a 2-0, and that one sent high in the sky out in right center. Anishka Ponte's there and makes the grab for out number 3. So Kaylin James gets the top 3 hitters down in order. We head to the bottom of the third, Eagles with a 2-1 lead. Brooke Michael will get things started here in the bottom of the third. Popped out to short in her first time. She's playing catcher here in game 1. First one is in there for a strike. And we've seen sometimes this season Brittany Michael pitching to Brooke Michael, but here I believe is season first where they're batting right next to each other in the batting order, both twin sisters. So that's always kind of an interesting anecdote to point out when we're calling these games.
Yeah, believe it or not, Will, my cousin actually coached both of them, and it usually went that way over in high school.
A couple of really stellar players. And I believe you were telling me before the broadcast, Raven Little as well was coming through that pipeline, right?
Yeah, Ridgeview High School.
Swing and a miss on a nice breaking ball there.
All excellent players, of course, carrying that over here to TCC.
That one popped up. The second baseman is going to chase it out, and it's going to drop in shallow right for a leadoff single. So Haas was kind of drifting out there, but it was over her head, and the right fielder Collins was too deep to come in to make the play, so just dropped in what I like to call no man's land. And now Eagles get a runner on with nobody out, and that'll leave it for Brittany Michael. Flew out to right in her first time. That first one is over. Plate for strike 1. But the kind of lineup that this Patriots team has, scoring a lot of runs, is going to be key for the Eagles, as that one is sent into right again. And once again, it will be a fly out to right for Brittany Michael. First out of the inning, and that'll leave it for Raven Little. Grounded out to the third base side in her first trip. Came into today batting over 300 at 303. 14 runs batted in is good for second on the team. That 1-0 pitch missing high. Not sure if they're thinking about sending Michael at first. We'll see. That 2-0 is high in the air, but foul. On the 2-1, and that gets over the glove of the third baseman O'Connor, and that will be a base hit. Michael over to second on the single for Raven Little, and that'll be a one-out threat. 2 on and 1 out now for Cheche Ortiz, who sent one out of the ballpark already today. Patriots coach is going to come out and talk to the pitcher Barnett.
Yeah, this is obviously not ideal for the Patriots. 2 runners on base and Ortiz, who's already sent one over the fence, up to bat.
Barnett leads the team in innings pitched with 63. And one thing that I had not pointed out, in 11 starts, 8 complete games. So this is a pitcher that Central Florida, at least coming into the game, is expecting to take her team all the way. It's already kind of a mound or a circle visit, if you will, here in the third. Still a long way to go if she wants to finish this one out. First pitch to Ortiz is a little bit outside, gestures the home plate umpire. That one a bit low and inside. So good situation with the player already with a home run. Get her to hitters count at 2-0. A couple of fastballs that have missed. That one is fouled. Or they're going to say it stayed in play. The catcher, Meyer, was able to pick it up and while it was still in fair territory and tag out Ortiz. Runners are able to advance, though. So a successful out, I suppose. We'll go down as a 2 unassisted put out. Brooke Michael down to third. Raven Little over to second. So good heads-up play by the Eagles base runners to make sure to move over even on a play that looked like it was going to go foul. Kaylin James swings under that breaking ball for strike 1. Flew out to right in her first trip. That one off the bat I thought maybe had a chance, but it settled into the glove of Cons. Big cut and miss there, and quickly 0-2. We've seen that approach at times from James, taking a lot of big hacks. She's far and away leading the team in home runs with 6. There's only 2 other Eagles that have more than 1. That one missing well high. Good job by the catcher Meyer to keep it in front, or else Brooke Michael from third could have been coming on home. Leads the team and runs batted in with 19. Has 2 more in scoring position here on the 1-2, and that one is popped up and out of play.
I think we might have just heard that one on the ceiling, William.
I think so. When you hear those clangs, is it off the bleachers? Is it off of the roof of the press box? Some souvenirs putting out of play. As that one is put into play, the third baseman O'Connors has it, throws to first, and the throw beats Kaylin James. So TCC gets runners in scoring position, but leave them both on the ground out for Kaylin James. They still lead 2-1 after 3 full. Kaylin James back out for her 4th inning of work. Brooke Roberts will get things started off. She's 0 for 1 with a fly out. Fouls that one quickly out of play. Brooke Roberts, certainly a player to highlight. 79 at-bats. She's batting .443. 7 home runs on the year. She's tied with Alyssa Adams with 7, which is good for their team lead. Strike there, and that's a good job by Kaylin James to get her in a quick 0-2 hole. Slugging .911. That one on the ground. The second baseman, Alyssa Rodriguez, has it. Throws to first for out number 1. I mean, I guess if the dugout is going to start calling her A-Rod, I guess it would be acceptable for us to start doing the same. Now it'll be Katie Hogue, strikeout victim, her first time. That one missing low and inside. By my count, I have 4 strikeouts for Kaylin James thus far. That one right to James, and a nice throw over to first for a quick out number 2.
Great reaction time from James there.
Absolutely, got to be ready for the comebacker. That one right to her. Got the glove where it needed to be, and a nice snap throw over to Brittany Michael over at first. 2 outs, nobody on. Emily Kahns now singled to begin the second in her only trip. That one, breaking ball dropping in for strike 1. Lays down a bunt, but it goes foul. That one fouled once more. Can't get that one to go. And now Kahns has even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gabby is on deck. That one on the ground right to James again. And to first for out number 3. James has done a terrific job holding this explosive offense to only 1 run through 4. You're watching Eagles Softball on tcceagles.com and YouTube.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
Bottom of the 4th here. Sydney Ray get things started at the bottom of the order. Reaches out for that one. The center fielder, Guerreros, goes back, and she can't get it because it's over the wall. Wow. The strength from Sydney Ray. It looks like she just reached out of the zone to tap it and put it into play, and that one entered the orbit, and it goes out of the ballpark. Third home run of game number 1 for TCC.
I think that's the second home run off of the first pitch there.
I think you're right. Third home run to start off an inning, at the very least.
Done a really great job at keeping their foot on the gas here.
And that's going to be it for Savannah Barnett. New pitcher will be on for the Patriots. We'll step aside while she gets warmed up and tell you about the new Central Florida pitcher when we come back. So the Patriots go from one pitcher with an ERA under 2 to their other one. It'll be Katie Pierce, so 160 earned run average and 43 innings of work. That's good for second on the team. And we talked about it. In 11 starts, Savannah Barnett had 8 complete games where she went the distance, and now she is out without even recording an out in this 4th inning. So, I mean, talk about the job that kind of lineup has done. 3 home runs to get that pitcher out of the game early. That's pretty remarkable. Allison Rodriguez at the plate. 1 for 1 with a double. Gets that one called for a strike. And evens the count at 2-2.
And this is actually this pitcher's first start against the Eagles. Savannah Barnett pitched the entire game there in Longwood.
So maybe that, Kylie, comes into play where you get shut out by her in game 1, and then, you know, you make some adjustments. You remember how she attacked you last time around, and, I mean, really 3 home runs and not even 4 innings is pretty remarkable, as that one is put through the left side of the infield and on the ground for a single. So back-to-back hits to open up this Eagle 4th, and that'll leave it for Tristan Knowles. Walked in her only plate appearance.
Yeah, exactly what you said there, William. It's incredibly hard to beat a team by a lot twice.
Eagles have extended their lead out to 3-1. Get a runner back on base with nobody out. After Knowles, the lineup will be back to Top and Aponte. That one is 4 strikes. So we've already seen a couple of nasty breaking balls by Katie Pierce where it looks like it's going to miss high and then at last second drops in for a strike. I'd imagine she's probably going to take this game the rest of the way. And that one is put in the air, but it will not get down in time. The left fielder Cohen gets there for out number 1. A-Rod stays at first. And now that'll be Anishka Ponte, 1 for 2 with the home run. That was her 2nd home run of the season. Her 5th run batted in. Came into the day with a .244 average. I think I mentioned 3 stolen bases in the Eagles' last doubleheader here. That one chopped on the ground, high, picked by O'Connor and throw down to first to retire Aponte. Rodriguez gets down to second base. Two outs and a runner in scoring position for Brooke Michael, who is 1 for 2. And breaking ball drops in for a strike. Count even at 1-1. The break-even delivery from Pierce. Swung on and put into play, and making the catch in foul territory for the third and final out is the first baseman Hogue, and that will end the inning. We're through 4 full now. Eagles extend their lead to 3-1 on the home run by Sydney Ray. To start this 5th inning, it'll be Gabby Haas. Lined out to left on that excellent play by Emma Patry. That first pitch getting away from the catcher, Brooke Michael. James has been carving through this lineup as of late. 1, 2, 3 innings in the 3rd and the 4th. Here she is back out in the 5th. That one short on the ground. The third baseman Little has it. And I think the first baseman, Brittany Michael, came off the bag but was able to apply the tag to retire Haas. That'll leave it for the catcher, Hannah Meyer. It's that first pitch called for a strike. That one dropped by Brooke Michael as well, but still able to get the strike called. That one misses high. That one on the ground. Brittany Michael takes it herself for out number 2. Two outs, nobody on for the 9-hitter Abby O'Connor. That one high in the air, the right fielder chasing it near foul territory. Tristan Knowles makes the catch, so a 3rd consecutive 1-2-3 inning for Kaylin James, rather. She is cruising. We head to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching Eagles softball on tcceagles.com. Bottom of the 5th, Brittany Michael stepping in, 0 for 2 with a couple flyouts to right. Katie Pierce back out for a second inning of work. That breaking ball dropping in, and she's been primarily relying on that. Looks like a curveball to me. That one singled into left. One on, nobody out for Raven Little. 1 for 2. That one high in the air. The center fielder Guerriero goes back, and that one is out of here. Raven Little goes yard, and that makes it 5-1.
I'd say our hitters have adjusted just fine to the new pitcher on the mound.
No question there. 2-run shot for Raven Little. Scores Brittany Michael. Now it'll be Cheche Ortiz, who's got a home run of her own. Home run number 4 on the day for TCC. Gotta imagine that's a season high, or at least ties it. They take a commanding 4-run lead at 5-1. The 1-1 to Ortiz, called a strike. The line on Savannah Barrett, as of now, she's in line for the loss. 3+ innings, 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Gave way to Katie Pierce, who's on the mound, or the circle now. That one rolls in the dirt low, evens it at 2-2. The umpire flashing up the full count. We missed one pitch in there somewhere. And that payoff pitch is put on the ground. The third baseman O'Connor has it and throws to first for out number 1.
Not to get ahead of ourselves, but being that this is a doubleheader, I think that poses an interesting question as to who's going to start the next game.
Yeah, I think for Central Florida, Savannah Barnett, who's pretty much an automatic complete game every time out. She's not even able to work in to the 4th inning. And now you've got on the mound Katie Pierce, who's second on your team in innings and really your best pitcher. I think she could be potentially a candidate to start. They've only got really 2 other pitchers who have pitched significantly. Emily Proctor's got 34 innings. Judasia Peterson has 13 innings, and then they've got another one who's got only 6 innings. So there's the two pitchers we've seen for the Patriots are pretty much their two go-to arms, and everyone behind that is kind of a mixed bag. And so not only, if you're a TCC, have you done yourself a favor by taking a commanding lead and hitting these 4 home runs, but you're also really dinging up the two best pitchers that this opposing team has to offer and puts them in a bad position for game number 2. Two balls and 2 strikes, the count to the pitcher, James. Looking for her first hit of the afternoon, and that one goes just foul of the third base bag. And on the other side, you've got the Eagles pitcher, Kaylin James, who has had a 1-2-3 inning in 3 consecutive innings. By my count, I think she's retired 12 in a row, and she's got 2 complete games in the year. One was a 9-inning game, and she had a 5-inning complete game on a run roll. So a chance maybe at her first, typical 7-inning complete game. But that 9-inning game was February 19th. Her last outing, she went only 3 innings. So maybe you could argue she's well rested. She's been pitching terrifically so far here today. That one, I guess, missing a bit, maybe a bit outside. Brings the count full. Back-to-back batters that have reached a 3-2 count against Katie Pierce, and maybe you start to rack up her pitch count a little bit as that one is sent into center and rolls all the way to the wall, bouncing out. A tough read for Guerriero, and Kaylin James is going to dig for second, and she's in there standing for a 1-out double. So struck well off the bat. Tough read for the center fielder Guerriero, and couldn't get it off the wall in time before James could scoot into second base, and that's another runner in scoring position for Sydney Ray, who sent a softball out of here in her last time at the plate.
Yeah, it appears like it was a little tough to hold on to the ball there.
Infield comes in to talk to Pierce. Maybe just talking defensive positioning or what, I'm not sure. There is going to be a pinch runner for Kaylin James. Alyssa Wynn will come out to run, but as the rules entail, Kaylin James will be able to come back out and pitch and return in the order. But you get a little bit better speed at second. Pretty much any base hit you would imagine from Sydney Ray would add on another run. That one missing inside. Ray calls time, now steps back in. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Pierce got her chasing the breaking ball in the dirt there. That one outside. That was an interesting attempt at a frame from the catcher, Hannah Meyer. Her glove was well in the right-handed batter's box, and you saw her kind of swipe it back over the plate to try and get it called. And that one is put shallow on the ground, and the pitcher, Pierce, can't handle it. Infield can't get to the ball in time. Wynn got down to third, thought about maybe coming home, but was not able to read it in time, and so it'll be runners at the corners. And what I'll probably put down as an E1 for Sydney Ray as she's able to reach base. Runners at the corners with only 1 out, and that'll be Allison Rodriguez, who is 2 for 2 with a double. Pretty healthy crowd here at the softball complex on this Tuesday afternoon. Just saw some members of the TCC women's basketball team checking in. That one missing low. And that beautiful curveball drops in for a strike, and that brings it to 1-2. Now and missing outside. Stopped nicely by Meyer. Runners stay put. Put on the ground, right to the shortstop. Roberts goes to second for one, now to first for two. And that doesn't look like the throw was in time. So a run comes in to score.
Now batting number 14,
On the fielder's choice for Allison Rodriguez. She's able to run out the double play. Makes it a 6-1 game. Or maybe Wynn was not able to get home. So there's strike one called. Yeah, so Alyssa Wynn is still standing on third. My apologies. Still 5-1. That one missing inside. Got so caught up with the double play potential that I was not looking over at third base. You'd think she would have been able to get home, but a tough read if they were to maybe come home with a throw. So still runners at the corners now with two out. Swinging away there is Tristan Knowles. That one popped up. Second baseman Haas travels out and makes the grab for out number 3. Two-run homer for Raven Little extends it. 5-1 Eagles after 5.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges, eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
We're moving on out to the 6th inning. Back to the top of the order. Guerriero puts a bunt on the ground, and she's going to leg that one out for a bunt single. The third baseman, Raven Little, crashing down, but not able to get there in time. So the Patriots get the leadoff runner aboard, and their first hit since the 2nd inning. Retires what I had a 12 batters in a row streak for Kaylin James. She looks to hopefully finish this ball game out. Eagles with 6 outs left to get. That one through the right side for a base hit. Guerriero is going to stop at second. Central Florida goes station to station here quickly on just a couple of pitches. And that's 2 on and nobody out for Alyssa Adams. Who is some kind of threat herself. 453 on the year for her. That first one called a strike. She's tied for the team lead in 7 home runs. 25 runs batted in, second on the team. That 0-1, and that one is going to get past Allison Rodriguez for a base hit. 1 run is going to come across to score. Cohen gets down to third, and that cuts the lead now to 5-2. So back-to-back singles to open this 6th for Central Florida. Second run batted in on the game for Alyssa Adams. So there's Guerriero from second.
If you're the Patriots, that's exactly what you're counting on Alyssa Adams to do for you there.
No question, assistant coach for the Eagles going to come out to talk to Kaylin James, who was cruising there for a while and now all of a sudden has run into some trouble. The tying run at the plate in Brooke Roberts, who is by far and away the best hitter on this team. So you get yourself into a bit of a tricky situation here. Maybe just give her some time to reset.
She sort of had a slow start here today, though.
Yeah, that's true. A leadoff single to start off the game, an RBI double. And then after that was nothing short of terrific. Brooke Roberts, 7 home runs herself. Far and away the team lead in runs batted in with 39 in 26 games. First pitch to her here is put on the ground into the glove of the catcher James and goes to first for the out. So what a big moment there for Kaylin James. Alyssa Adams gets down to second. Cohen stays at third. But I think just to retire Roberts, pretty important for out number 1. 2 runners in scoring position now for Katie Hogue, 0 for 2. And that one is going to get through the right side. 1 run comes to score. They're going to send another, and she's in safely as well. That 2 RBI single from Katie Hogue makes it a 1-run game. It's 5-4. That is hit number 4 of the inning. And now the Patriots with the tying run on base for Emily Kahns. And that explosive offense in Central Florida that we were expecting to see, all of a sudden we're seeing exactly that. That one into the glove of the right fielder, Knowles. So line out to right for out number 2. That'll leave it for Gabby Haas, who today is 0 for 2. So the Eagles all of a sudden needing some insurance in the bottom of this inning. It'll be back at the top, Aponte and both Michael sisters. That first one over the plate for strike number 1. Because now all of a sudden you have the feeling if you're TCC, you're going to need more than 5 runs if you're going to win this game. Big cut and a miss there to bring it to 0-2. And strike 3 called, says the home plate umpire, to put this 6th inning to an end, but not before the Patriots get 3 runs on 4 hits and make it a 1-run game. It's 5-4 headed to the bottom of the 6th. Eagles half of the sixth, back at the top of the order. Nishka Ponte start things off, 1 for 3 with her second home run of the year. Katie Pierce back out on the circle for the Patriots. That one brushing inside for ball 1. Ooh. That one running up and in and got a piece of her. So she's going to head down to first on the hit by pitch.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 12, Brooke Michael.
Brooke Michael now the catcher, 1 for 3 today. That one low. I guess they're going to say it got away. So I thought Brooke Michael had made contact with that pitch, but they're going to say not. And so Aponte getting down to second on a wild pitch. They check with the field umpire, and he concurs. That one missing low. The 3-0 bunted on the ground. Pitcher Pierce has it, goes to first for the out. So Kylie, I guess the runner at third is really all that matters, but laying a bunt down on 3-0, that's a kind of an interesting call.
Yeah. Not exactly sure if that's what I would have gone with there if I was playing, but, you know, if it works, it works.
I think Eagles clearly playing for just a 1 run rather than a multi-run inning. Try and make it a 6-4 game. Focused on Aponte, who was able to get to third on the successful sacrifice bunt from Brooke Michael. Now Brittany Michael at the plate. And only 1 out, so, you know, the sacrifice flies in play. She can put one up in the air. She has a couple of flyouts, a base hit in there as well. That one fouled off on the body, and that'll bring it quickly to 0-2. So things get a little bit more tricky after the second out. But Brittany Michael not done yet. This one from Pierce is outside. Nice take there with 2 strikes. And that one is strike 3 called. Out number 2. Aponte stays at third, and now Raven Little, who's 2 for 3. 2-run homer her last time. Chance to extend this 1-run lead. Last gasp for the Patriots in the 7th will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, so potentially some pinch hitters we might see.
Hopefully Little is able to bring Aponte home. Otherwise, that's putting a lot of pressure on the 7th inning here.
Coach for Central Florida comes out, shifts the outfield well to the left side for Raven Little, expecting a hit to the pull side. I mean, the center fielder is like well in left center. And so I think maybe planning to pitch inside to Little here, we'll see. Second baseman to the left side of the bag. So 3 infielders on the left side. That one in there for strike 1. Interesting to see as well if Kaylin James is going to be the woman for the job to try and finish this one out. I'd imagine that will be the case. That one low and inside to even it at 1-1. But a margin as thin as they get at 5-4. Aponte standing at third base. That break-even pitch low in the dirt, blocked by Meyer. Strike called. The 2-2 delivery outside. So patient approach for Raven Little has brought the count full. I wonder if maybe Katie Pierce is going to think about just putting her on first with a walk. We will see. Don't want to give her anything to hit. That one is fouled down the left side. So they do pitch into her again. Chichi Ortiz is on deck. She's got a home run as well. The 3-2. Inside, ball 4. She goes down to first base. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. JJ Ortiz 1 for 3 with that aforementioned home run.
Heard some protests from the crowd on that one. That one fouled back of the first base line for strike 1. That one shot foul this time down the left side. So quickly 0-2. The shortstop Ortiz. Meyer setting up well outside. As at 0-2, Pierce had some pitches to spare in this at-bat. See if she does the same here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one fouled straight back to the screen. Got a piece of it to stay alive. That one inside. Ortiz lifting the leg to, I think, get out of the way of that pitch. As they've kept that not as severe as it was to Raven Little, but shifted towards the left side. As that breaking ball well high, just kind of pushed foul by Ortiz, not letting anything get by her with 2 strikes. Eagles looking for that extra bit of breathing room. Another foul ball. This one from Pierce. Fouled back again. that one. Will it stay in play? It looks like it drops foul right in front of the right fielder Cons. So that'll keep this at-bat moving. As there was a couple of Patriots defenders chasing that one in that deep part of foul territory.
Ortiz has done a great job to stay in it and battle Pierce here.
Got a 2-2 count. And that's high. Let's make it 3-2. As that was kind of a weird looking play. There was some confusion with the scoreboard as to what the count actually was. Now it is 3-2. Now here's the payoff pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside part. TCC gets a runner and a Ponte all the way down to third, but cannot get that insurance run. The 5-4 lead is going to have to be enough as we head to the top of the 7th. Stay with us. New pitcher out for TCC to try and finish the job. It'll be Sidney Ray, was in the lineup as a DP for the first 6 innings of this game. That first one is called a strike to Hannah Meyer, so they do stick with her, the 8-hitter, 0 for 2 today. Meyer, O'Connor is scheduled to hit before it goes back to the top, and Guerriero. Sidney Ray this season, 5-1. In 4 starts, 26 innings, 2.66 ERA. Only one pitcher on this roster has a save. That's Brittany Michael with 1. So they go with Sidney Ray here, looking for her first save of the season. Seen her primarily used as a starter here, but utilized out of the bullpen in the top of the 7th here today. Swing and a miss there. Pop it out of the glove of the catcher, Brooke Michael, but either way, count at 1-2. Fouled down the left side. The 1-2 swung on and missed. And now Eagles have 2 outs left to get. So Sydney Ray got the strikeout on that kind of lefty on lefty slider. That was a nice pitch. Now to be the righty Abby O'Connor. So they just are going to play this straight up. That one breaking outside for ball one. That one popped up center fielder Aponte running in almost near the infield dirt, and she makes the grab for out number 2. With the Patriots down to their final out of the game, order goes back to the top, and Gianna Guerriero 2 for 3 today with a couple of singles. Last one was a bunt single. Imagine she'll be swinging away here this time, though. Lefty on lefty. That one jammed up and into the glove of the third baseman, Raven Little, to put an end to this game. So, Kaylin James, who had pitched the first 6 innings of this game, they go to the bullpen in Sydney Ray, and she gets a 1-2-3 inning to end the top of the 7th. Final score of 5-4 for Central Florida, 4 runs on 6 hits. By my book, 1 error, and for the Eagles, 5 runs on 9 hits. No errors defensively for them. Kaylin James gets the win. She is now 2-0 on the season. In 6 innings of work, she gave up 4 runs on 6 hits, no walks, 6 strikeouts, and Sydney Ray picking up her first save of the season, getting a 1-2-3 inning that included a strikeout in the 7th. So, Kylie, it was kind of an up and down game. It was tied at the end of 1 inning. Eagles end up hitting 4 home runs over the course. They had that 5-1 lead, and then the Patriots screaming back with 3 runs in the 6th, and Eagles ultimately able to hold them at arm's length for a 1-run victory.
Absolutely. I was wondering when we were going to see the explosive lineup that we read about in the stats, and we certainly saw it in the 6th inning there, but Sydney Ray's answer, as just about as ideal of a situation as you could have for a cleanup pitcher, really delivered the answer to that game, and interested to see if we have as fast of a start to the next game as well.
Yeah, 9 total runs combined in game number 1. Again, 4 home runs for TCC. Anishka Ponte with 1, Cheche Ortiz with 1, Sydney Ray with 1, and Raven Little with 1. We'll have game 2 of this doubleheader coming up on a separate broadcast here shortly, so make sure to stay tuned to tcceagles.com or TCC Eagles YouTube channel. For William Haynes, I was joined by Kylie Brennan, our broadcast engineer, Jack Oliaro. This has been a presentation of TCC Softball.